So here we go again, boys and girls. We've got a little bit of breaking news. Paulo Costa, COVID-like symptoms. Turned out that, it's COVID. Go figure. It's really, I kind of feel bad for this guy. He's after that Israel fight, he took that loss pretty hard. And so now taking his place is Kelvin Gastlum's going to fight Robert Whittaker in his stead on April 17th, UFC Fight Night. So, I feel for Paulo. This was a good opportunity for Kevin, kind of rewrite history. He had a loss to Darren Till and another loss after that. And, it's been a bit of a slide for Kelvin Gastelum after he lost to Israel Adesanya for the 185-pound strap. So, he didn't get the belt there. When he fought Israel, it was a war. It was a great fight. He's never looked better. And Kevin, if you look at his record, he loses two, and then he tends to come back, even better. And, hopefully for him, the process repeats itself, and he can come back and, really learn from those losses, rededicate himself, and apply himself, get this win over Robert Whittaker. That being said, we got the champ, whose last loss was from a guy I just mentioned a moment ago, Israel Adesanya, the last style bender. So, he lost to Israel in spectacular fashion in the second or third round by KO, if I do recall correctly. Whereas Gastelum was able to get to the fifth round of their fight, but definitely took, he gave a little bit of a beating, but he definitely took a huge one, especially in that last round. He really took some shots, and I'm sure his chin and his morale took a little bit of a hit on top of that. So, interesting fight. Kevin took this fight. I think it was a good strategic play for him, a bit of a gamble. If he can get this win over Robert Whittaker, honestly, I think he should be fighting for a title shot. And, I think Robert Whittaker has a good argument if Cannonier wasn't fighting Israel Adesanya to be fighting for a title right now. So, this definitely keeps Robert warm, keeps him ready to go. And if he can knock out another nice win over Mr. Gastelum, which, if history repeats itself, it could quite well happen. And, you've got Mr. Kelvin Gastelum. He's a good striker. He's not bad. Number one, his fallback is wrestling, although he kind of uses it in reverse on more than one occasion. But he can crack. And so can Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker has really good movement, good hands, good wrestling. He's got a nice little wrestling background, good jiu-jitsu, like super solid jiu-jitsu. He really, in his time, he's become a complete fighter, been able to put things together, and did a whole number on Mr. Darren Till. He took Mr. Till to school, a really phenomenal striker. If you look at Robert's record, he's fought Yoel Romero, maybe the fifth best wrestler in UFC, or when he was in the UFC, was the fifth best wrestler in the UFC. I only say that because, Cejudo, gold medalist, Daniel Cormier, Olympian, so maybe third best wrestler in the UFC. Anyway, so, he fared well against, against wrestlers. He's fared well against strikers. He's fared well against jiu-jitsu experts, Jacare. So he's got the credentials, and from watching his recent previous performances, he's still performing at an extremely high level. I think this one's going to be a little bit of a long shot for Kelvin Gastelum. I think he's coming in as the underdog. Not to say he can't get it done. He's pulled off the long shot before. But my best bet is that Robert Whittaker is going to come away with the win on this one. He's going to take Kevin to school a little bit. That being said, Kevin's a tough guy, but I feel like Robert's going to really be able to shine with his movement, his, good anti-wrestling game, his good jiu-jitsu, and I think that movement's really going to pay dividends. Also, he's got a little bit of decent power behind him. So there it goes, boys and girls. Cat's out of the bag. Eagle fly shoots, flew the coop. It is what it is. Robert Whittaker, my man, 100 grand to win. That's how it goes. Robert Whittaker, give it to the Aussie. He's gonna get it this time. Like, subscribe. Bye.